Okay, test. Alright, we're good.
Live.
Yeah.
So we capping this as season 3, episode 1, or are we still continuing?
Now let's go season 3, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Episode 1 of season 3.
Season 3, go.
Coffee regular. It's cooler today. It's been hot. Cicadas have been kicking the past few episodes, but now they're a little quieter today.
Yeah.
A little chillier.
Nah, it's a little chill out today. It's nice.
It is nice. I love it. Like, I just eat this kind of weather up, man.
This is your kind of weather.
Oh, God. I just overheat so much, you know? Like, God damn it.
See, I like to be overheated.
So, like, I like to when it's deliberate. Like, I need to make the choice to do it. And I don't have a choice or an escape from it. I'm like, oh, God.
I have
I love saunas and shit, hot tub, whatever, but
I have super good temperature control.
I need the contrast.
So, like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Alright, so today's blend is the super-stuperest blend ever. It's West Side coffee and our Colombian.
Yep. It's good.
It's good.
Has the good buzz.
But it is quite possibly the most powerful coffee ever made.
Yeah. With the Colombian and the West Side, I mean.
Yeah.
You're combining crack with some other crazy upper drug. PCP maybe? Just throwing that in there. Just fucking going face first.
This is comic book level stuff, man.
Right. Like
stuff that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some unknown element.
Yeah. But, I mean, go like, PR a deadlift today.
Deadlift a bus, dude. Just to get a quarter.
Yeah. First time I drank this week, I went to the grocery store, then I went to the zoo, and KTFO'd a gorilla with a head kick.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if Jason Corbett were around, I'd just fucking put him right through the floor.
Yeah.
You know?
Just saying a lot because it's a stone floor.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear that? Hear that, Jason? I know you listen. Put you through the fucking ground.
Oh, I'm glad to see you guys are friends.
Oh, yeah. Deep.
That's your relationship.
Deep into the ground where I would put him. I've tried to convince him to just do like a 10-minute podcast where he and I just roast each other for just just go back and forth just for like 5-10 minutes, and that's it. And that'll be it.
I want to be there for that. We'll
just have him on and just cut a segment into this.
Have him on, do a segment for it. That's a good idea.
Just have him leave.
When he does a Face Kick Friends, that's going to be the promo segment.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's just a segment, I don't think we can turn it off. It's just how we are.
No, it's just how you guys are.
Yeah.
Man, this is a good blend.
It is. It's nice.
I am happy with myself today.
It's good. Today is nice. It's Friday. It's chilly out a little bit. The sun shines out.
Yeah, my solar panels are working.
Yeah. Mike got some solar panels put in. Looks sweet.
Yes, man. They are powering my house right now.
Saw the sign. Did not see the panels until he showed them to me.
That's what I want, man.
That's the goal.
That is the goal. Yes.
But as is ironic as well, because I was listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about solar power as I was pulling up, and I was like, oh shit, some solar signs and shit. Sweet.
Nice. On the same page. Very good.
Yep. Yeah. I'm trying, what was I, damn it, I was just going to say something I forgot. Never mind.
Lost the cool thing.
It's okay.
Oh, well.
Come back.
Alright.
Oh, I promoted some kids.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I gave out a couple gray and white belts and stuff, and some white belts, or gray belts. A couple
Very cool.
stripes. It's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Kids program is growing and
coming around.
Yeah.
Alright. We were busy this week. We did not go to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of withdrawal. I need to train.
It's good to have a block, though. You need to have other things to do sometimes.
Yeah, it's good to need it again.
Yeah.
It's
to feel the draw.
Yeah. To need to train and roll. Yeah. So looking forward to that. I'm gonna go judo tomorrow.
Nice.
So that'll be fun.
That'll be dope. What time is that?
Judo is at 9.
Sweet.
9 to 11. So that's a good time.
It's fun.
Waking those skills back up.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing throws and slams. It's Slam Timber at Endeavor, so we're doing throws and stuff. It's a good time.
Those are fun, man.
It's my favorite season, We go Slam Timber into Leg Locktober, so it's just a good combo.
Nice.
It's my favorite time of year, roughly. A lot of the pumpkin spice stuff is out, Not my favorite.
Spice. Ever read Dune or seen either one of the miniseries?
I haven't. Spice.
Yeah, Spice. Yeah. Read Dune. You'll like it.
Yeah.
Or see the Sting version.
Yeah.
The 70s version of
Sting.
Sting.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sting. I really, what's that? From, Wedding Crashers. He's like, Sting. I don't really listen to his music, but I respect what he's doing. I respect what he's doing. I respect that he's doing it. Like,
I love me some Sting.
I love some Sting,
cool.
bro.
Yeah. I actually saw the Police in concert.
Really?
Yeah, my wife's her favorite band. So when they got back together for like a moment, they came to Columbus, and
Oh, tight.
I was like, I'm gonna pay all the money they want. It's the only
Yeah.
chance you ever gonna get to see them.
Go see the Police.
Yeah, so that was years ago. That was fun, man.
That's
good,
cool.
Good show. These dudes are solid.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to see like all sorts of like rock stars be like still kicking when they're kind of sort of old, you know, like Jagger and like those kind of people.
Sort of
like,
old.
They're freaking
immortal.
old. Yeah. Considering like their histories with drug use and stuff.
That all the Stones are still alive, and only 2 of the Beatles are. Never would have guessed that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That freaks me out.
That kind of challenges things. You
It
know?
does challenges things a lot. Like, what the hell? Because the Beatles did a lot of drugs too, but not as much as the Stones, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm convinced that if Keith Richards actually dies, he's going to get cremated, and people are going to sell his ashes to smoke them.
Probably, yeah.
Greatest high ever.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Smoke Keith Richards.
But I think the Stones sold their souls to the devil for immortality and fame, and as a joke, the devil was like, "But you're still gonna age."
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, we were talking. I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a couple of things. I had some fun stories, but I wanted to talk to you about the difference between an excuse and a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And like, being that I didn't go to jiu-jitsu at all this week, and my daughter was out of town for half the week, and then she was still kind of worn out yesterday, so we had talked about it. And like, talked. Now, she wasn't like whining or crying or anything. She's just like, I really don't want to go tonight. And she had some lame reasons, but her main reason was really like, she'll never say she's tired.
Mm-hmm.
She was born that way. It's really funny. I've never heard her say it. Except if she's asleep, maybe she'll admit it. And I'm like, nah, she's still tired. Yeah, it's
And
cool.
you can read it.
But yeah, because I have to. Like, don't have a choice. She'll never admit it. But yeah, so we didn't go. And I mean, she was out of town for 3 days. A lot of driving, a lot of standing in the line. Went to a concert, you know. Okay, I think that's a pretty decent reason. Like, you don't need to overkill it.
Yeah.
Now, emotionally, I'm not down with that. I'd rather go kill myself and get there.
Right, right.
I know that's wrong, though.
Yeah.
So
But
I'm
it's also like you're trying to perpetuate a better response
yes,
and behavior.
perpetuate a better response. So, like, I don't know. I was just wanted to see where your brain went on that difference.
Yeah, I mean, just being someone who used to do that, like, used to be like, I cannot miss this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break my back, or I'm just gonna cancel my entire life just to,
Yep.
you know,
just
to move
including
heaven and earth.
sleeping and eating.
Yeah, taking care of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on a molecular level, like, yeah, it's just, there are reasons and there are excuses, and there's reasons and excuses to kind of do both.
Yeah.
To kind of like, you know, either not train. There's reasons to not train if you're overtrained, tired, injured, whatever. Like, take a day off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. The thing I have trouble with is, as a parent, I'm trying to teach my kid where that line is, because don't be wimpy. I can't stand that. You can't be weak.
Yeah.
But you do need to know the difference between I'm lazy and whining about this versus I really do need to take a day off.
Yeah, I think you just need to, like,
where's the line?
Yeah, you need to really, self-awareness is the line, and then you start to ask the questions of, like, all right, what do I really need? What do I actually feel? Like, you have to really have a conversation with yourself and be aware enough to be like, okay, this is the truth, and this is bullshit, and this is a reason to myself.
Do a proper self-assessment so that even on a hard day, you can get there.
Yeah, like some days, like, oh, my fingers hurt. That's a shitty reason.
That's
like, I've had days where my fingers can't move and I still roll. You know.
Yeah, you don't need. You can do without them.
Yeah.
You can just use your elbows.
Exactly. So there's. If you find yourself looking for if you start assessing and looking for a way, you're like, oh shit, like that's just a shitty way to start the really process. So then that's a red flag in itself.
If you're really searching, yeah, that's a lame excuse.
Yeah.
Oh.
Then like if you think about kind of like there's people with no arms, legs, and this, that, and whatever that are still gonna go and train, and they're gonna, they're gonna get that edge. Like,
yeah,
there's always some sort of
to find different ways to motivate yourself.
Yeah, right. Like there's like they don't take a day off. Why should I take a day off? And like then you get into the unhealthy part of it too. You're like,
oh yeah,
all right, well like I haven't taken a day off in 3 months, and I've been redlining and feeling like shit the entire time. Like don't sleep, don't eat, this, that, whatever. Go. You're gonna hit a fucking wall.
I mean, back in the day, I actually had a sign above my bed, so it was the first thing I saw when I woke up in the morning.
Yeah.
It said, if you're not training, someone else is training to kick your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like every day I wake up and see that. Oh, get up, go.
Yeah, it's funny. Just because, like, in my head, I was just always, even if I didn't have a camp, tournament, fight, whatever coming up, like, I was always fighting this faceless opponent.
Yeah,
so it's just like, I gotta try to beat the faceless opponent.
That guy is not gonna beat me today, damn it.
Each thing was like, oh, they're doing this, I have to do this, they're doing that. No one's doing that. Like,
no one's doing it, man.
Your brain is doing it. So then it took a long time, like a paradigm change for me to sit down and be like, you're the faceless.
Yeah,
you're the faceless one. You gotta fucking deal with this shit. So then again, that's just sort of that's the beginning of that seed of self-awareness. Is to be like, all right, this is you. You have to take responsibility for that.
That's funny. I saw an interview the other day with an Olympic skier. I can't think of her name, but she's younger. I think she's been in the Olympics, but she's not one of the old school people. And she said how when she was started, like really got serious about it as a teenager, she just decided she was going to ski every day. She's like, I live near a mountain. I'm skiing every day.
Yeah.
I'm training every day. And she's like, that's probably what the people at the top are doing. I need to be there. And then she's like, yeah, I got to the top and realized no one does that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No one skis every day. No one trains every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I didn't like, they didn't show the second part of the interview.
Right.
They just had that. I wanted to see how she adjusted.
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, I got there and no one did it. So yeah, I'm working hard on everybody, but
I'm sure it came at a cost.
Yeah. And yeah. No. So I don't know. It's funny that, in your head, what do you build up?
Yeah.
And is that revolutionary or is that too much?
Sure.
I always go back to the first guy to run the 4-minute mile.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
He was going to have an aneurysm, a heart attack, and his lungs were going to explode. But he did it anyway, and then the next year, 13 people run a 4-minute mile. Like every one of those people was capable of doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then just, no one believed him.
Right.
And no one did it, so someone finally does it. So like, where's that line? Because I like.
Where is the line where you will get an aneurysm and you fucking die?
Get an aneurysm, yeah.
But I'm sure that varies from person to person, blah blah blah. But then, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't mean it shouldn't be tried.
No.
Boil that down to your day to day. Like, okay, you don't know what's going to happen necessarily, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
Is there a way to adjust? Because that's kind of the other end of it for me. That's the extreme end of I need to push this.
Yeah.
Like just personally, I like to push it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be the first dude to run the 4-minute mile. I want to be the first. I want to be the person that sets the example and says, "Hey, this is possible."
Right.
But then that's real easy to go overboard and your lungs explode.
Right. Then there's the red. That's the red line.
That's the red line.
That's the line in the sand. We're like, okay, we know this. This is where people die. So.
Yeah. So that's using the extremes to figure out the midline.
But again,
how close you want to get to either one.
That was like a societal pressure. Everyone else was like, oh, he can't fucking do this, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, yeah, I got it. And then he did it.
Yeah.
So he wasn't giving himself that excuse or reason to fail. Yeah. He was just like, I got it.
But, I mean, it's pretty fucking hard.
Yeah. You had to,
Training methods didn't really exist.
Right.
So,
that's the thing. He was trying something out. And, maybe, I'm sure it sucked. And it wasn't perfect, but he did it.
But he did it and got it done, and then he gets refined from there.
He didn't fucking die, so.
Yeah. So I guess.
And then the next year, you said 13 more people did.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you be trying that? obviously that's exponential growth from.
They believed that it couldn't happen, right?
Exactly.
So then someone does it and it can.
And then everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's like that's like a funny, weird like comparison to technology. It's like the top. Everyone has this like crazy. The military has this crazy Bluetooth technology, and then like it trickles down after a couple of years. And it's like everyone's fucking. And, you have a Bluetooth like fucking rock in your backyard that plays music. Some bullshit like that.
Yeah,
like,
seriously. Yeah, it's funny how it eventually hits everywhere.
Yeah. So it's just like that type of. It's special at the moment, and people need to do it, and that's what pushes the boundaries of human existence.
So I don't know, like boil that down to a day-to-day to the excuses and reasons.
Push your boundaries, push your existence.
Find a way to push your boundaries without killing yourself.
Yeah. You should. I mean, that's the thing. You need to try things, and fuck yourself up within reason. Yeah. But again, that's through trial and error. A lot of things aren't going to kill you, so you should try it.
It's kind of amazing what doesn't kill you.
Yeah.
That's
the thing.
A lot more than people realize.
Yeah. Like, it's funny to be like, oh yeah, we train to strangle each other every day, and like, no one dies.
No one dies, you're fine.
You're simulating murder, but no one actually dies.
Yeah.
But.
Or even if it's like 120 degrees and you're training, guess what? No one died.
Yeah.
We're all a little bit thirsty.
Yeah.
But we're fine.
But like, then it doesn't, you're not nearly as hesitant the next time to do it. You might do it again, you start to like it.
Yeah, and
start to accommodate.
I can push that. Yeah, fine. I mean, human beings adapt. That's what we are. We're imitators by nature.
That's pushing that boundary and pushing out of that comfort limit allows you to adapt.
Allows you to define a new comfort limit, reestablish homeostasis somewhere else.
I think I don't want to say it, like that's the thing, people like, if you can get addicted to adapting.
Yes.
And just always be constantly working.
Always wanting to find new things to adapt to.
In some way or another. Just because people get comfortable. They sit in their comfy house, they do this thing, they sit there, they die.
Oh yeah, I mean, do you get to a point where you're uncomfortable with being comfortable? Like, I am too comfortable, I need to do something.
Yeah, that's literally what I was doing, like last week. I was like, I'm like too cushed up.
Something's off.
I need to like suffer a little. I needed a dose of suffering, so I did like a little bit of a fast, and like, I didn't sleep very well subsequently, and I was just kind of like, this is suffering. For you. Yeah, like, this is a little suffrage, like, this is good. Yeah. And then it just kind of brings you back into focus. Yeah. But again, that's very minor suffrage to me.
No, it's super minor, but it's just enough to kind of remind you.
Yeah.
Get you going.
I don't need to go out and get punched in the face. I can just maybe skip a meal and be okay.
Yeah.
Have a nice cup of coffee. Like,
I did that fast Monday and Tuesday, and, Tuesday got rough at times. I mean, I had a headache.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, I was a little freaking out. It was okay. And then I went to the farmer's market just to torture myself to add to that. But, it was good, and I feel a ton better. And I had like a great training session on Monday, by the way.
Yeah.
Dude, I crushed it.
And see, there you go. Like that, knowing that you'll perform better on the other side is what can get you through that period.
Or during. Like, I mean, it was kind of during. I had a great session. And then Tuesday I trained a little bit, just to push it a little, just because I was like, I didn't sweat. And not too hard. And then, man, now today, like, I'm feeling good. Yeah, I'm on point.
Just even little things day to day, like maybe you do some intermittent fasting, try to fast, something like that. It's uncomfortable. You're like, fuck, I've never skipped a meal since I was, a baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's so used to 3 squares a day. It's like, skip one.
Even like once a week, like a good 16-hour fast is cool. Like, take one day where you just don't eat breakfast.
Yeah. I did a 24 on Tuesday. And I felt phenomenal.
And it's funny. It's just a dumb little thing, and it helps.
But yeah, there's tips to it. You should drink your water and
salt.
Yeah, there's some hacks to it, but
I definitely do salt water if I'm not eating. But other than that, nah.
Yeah, like you'd be surprised how great you feel without food cycling through your system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, allows your immune system to just be an immune system.
Yeah.
70% of the immune system's in your gut.
Yep.
So if you take away, all the food it has to mess with, and just allow it to be an immune system, be amazed how much better you feel.
And then, I think you could take that on like a social level too. Like, imagine if you did like I was talking to one of my buddies who's like, I did kind of like a dopamine fast. He's like, I stopped reading, I stopped going out, I stopped doing this, just to kind of
Oh, just to like
reset. Just to kind of reset and not be so overstimulated. And I was like, that's interesting. That's cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, so like I've done that. Like oh, I really like to.
I've never done that intentionally.
Yeah, like you find yourself doing it just because like life makes that happen. But then if you start messing with that stuff, then you have like not like control over it, but you get to pick and choose kind of what you're missing.
I'm just more aware of it.
Yeah, you're just more aware and just exactly. You're more aware of the stimulus and like what is actually like what it's doing to you.
Oh yeah.
So like for instance, what did I do? I took Facebook off my phone. So that was like that was a first thing, and that was fucking life changing. Like truly, that was. Because I liked getting on, scrolling, looking at goofy memes and comments and shit, but it was like literally affecting my mental health. I was literally like more anxious and kind of like depressive and like a little angry because I was reading angry ass comments and shit. Like, you know,
either
like,
angry or super great.
Yeah, exactly. Or just like fake bullshit. You know, I'm just cycling through information that I don't need.
Yeah.
So I liked doing that, but I realized it wasn't necessary. It was doing something negative, blah blah blah. But I cut it out.
Yeah, I very reluctantly have Instagram on my phone.
Yeah.
Really just for the cast.
Right.
And I'll find myself looking at it every once in a while like, all right.
So the way I justify something like that is because like I follow enough things that are valuable as well. Like I have some like stock information and podcast information and like other weird shit.
That's why I just,
I think there's ways to make it valuable. Like, but again.
I think that's the key though is ways to make it valuable. Don't just have it to have it. Have it for an actual very specific purpose. Right. And then you can limit it.
And that comes back to just like like getting addicted to adapting. When you get into that thing, like, oh, what else can I tinker with? Yeah. You know, you're like, oh, I can do this. I can fucking, if I drink water, I feel so great, and I can do this, and then I can fucking stay up a little later, maybe, and sleep a little later, sleep better. You know. Yeah. You find different qualities in life. You know. Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Mm-hmm. But. Yeah, like I thought it was just an interesting idea with dopamine fasting or just like brain chemistry fasting kind of. Just like recognizing that you enjoy something and then intentionally not doing it and then starting it again kind of at a different pace.
Enjoy it at a different level.
And not necessarily like, people treat it like, I've heard people treat that example as like alcohol, like they'll like, they're like, Guinness tastes like water, so like they stop drinking Guinness, they go back to like a natural light, you know, so like some piss water, and they work their way through that. And then they get to a Guinness again and they feel great. So that's a very weird example of it, but it was another one that I heard and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
You drink too much beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Yeah.
You should just drink less.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink 1 day a week, not 7.
Right. That's just another example that I heard and I was like, alright. Like
that's an interesting way to take that.
Yes. But I found that you do find more value in the things that you found value in, but you pay more attention to it.
Right? Yeah, and if you pay more attention, I think like you do it less because you get more out of every bit.
Yeah, and that just again feeds back into your self-awareness to just be like, oh, I don't need that. Oh, this makes me feel this way. This shouldn't be happening. Blah blah blah. Or like, oh, this makes me good, and this is constructive. I should continue to do this. Or it's just kind of like that emotional auditing, like constant.
Well, I guess it gives you an opportunity to learn how to emotionally audit. To learn how to audit, you give yourself a chance to do it, and then you see it, and you can kind of build off that.
Yeah, and just build your trial and error system from there.
Yeah, and then you have clearer definitions of excuses and reasons, and you get a more true version of why you should train, basically.
Yeah. And I think doing kind of like something like that, you might go do something else more. It's like when you're fasting, you're not eating, cooking, whatever. You might go train more. Yep. You know, you might go do something else more and then find something else about it that you like.
In my case, watch more Rambo.
Yeah. Just get super hyped up. Just get fucking shredded like Sly Stallone, bro.
It did get me kind of hyped up. I wanted to be 80s shredded again.
Dude.
Like, that's why that shit's in my head, because I grew up watching that stuff.
Just freaking greased G.I. Joes running around, bro.
I forgot how spectacular his hair was in 3, though.
It was long and full.
Long and, just big and just,
that thick Italian stallion hair.
Yeah, man.
Had that mane, bro.
That's a super mane. Almost wanted me to, like, do my mane up raw.
Get some of that. Just get some... You start fluffing it out and shit, just making it real big. Get it, like, not frizzy, but I don't know hair terms, but...
Get the bigness.
Yeah. Just get some volume. That's what I'm looking for, some volume.
Because that desert
some body.
Heat. Desert heat got him.
Some body, yeah. Talking about bodies. You fucking took probably a lot of steroids to get that fucking body.
Possibly. Or, you know, like...
It was the 80s, dude. You can do whatever.
It was the 80s. No one knew.
No one gave a shit either.
Yeah.
We were doing cocaine off the toilet seats and shit. Like,
Yeah,
probably shooting up steroids or whatever.
But, I mean, Stallone, I imagine he did them, but probably, like, he looks good, though, still. He's not too jacked as an old man, so I...
He got a little too jacked during the first and second Expendables.
He was pretty
He was big.
Pretty dark.
And Rocky 6, he was big.
I mean, but think about Rocky 4, that's peak.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was shredded.
I mean, he was shredded in Rambo 3, but Rocky 4...
Shredded beef, dude.
That was, yeah, that's the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he was pretty large in the Expendables.
I mean, think about all the body mass alone in, like, Predator. You got Jesse Ventura. You got...
It's the amount of giant dudes. That's a serious crap
that's a lot of beef
right there, man.
That's a lot of beef. Got Carl Weathers. I mean, he's beefcake.
Carl Weathers also at peak. Speaking of which, I need to watch me some Action Jackson. I haven't done that yet. I keep meaning to.
Who the fuck else was in there?
I mean...
Now I'm just thinking of lines that Jesse Ventura said.
Yeah.
I can't even think of anything else.
Now, there's a wrestler, actor, turned politician that I enjoy.
His voice is hilarious. And like, you're just like, what are you saying? That's amazing. Like,
it's real. He's not even trying. That's
but
just
he gets so intense, too.
Yeah.
And you just demand listeners.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah, back to kind of excuses and reasons. And look back at Arnold, you know? He didn't give any fucking excuses, bro. He was always in there every day.
Dude gave no fucks, man.
Fucking star beefcake in Predator, bro.
Yeah.
Like...
he got like... And it's like, I don't know, balanced swole.
He studied the symmetry and everything and built it equally, kind of, or tried to.
Symmetrically swole. He tried to look like a Greek statue.
Yeah.
And pulled it off. Yeah.
Wasn't he saying, like, nowadays he's pissed off at bodybuilding because of, like, the big guts, like, puffing out?
They're too big.
Yeah.
They're not, there's no balance.
It's, like, freakish.
It's, like, super freakish. Yeah, it's not, the aesthetic is gone.
Yeah.
I was having, a buddy of mine came over on Wednesday, and we were chatting about that. And we get real deep conversations about movies.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, like, Creed 1 and 2. And,
I haven't seen the second one. I saw the first one. It was
good. Creed 2 on paper should not work. It's too much.
I love movies like that, though.
No, but it's like Spider-Man 3 too much. But in actual execution of it, it's absolute perfection.
Okay. It's
a great, great movie.
That's fair.
We had a very cool conversation about that, breaking that one down. Like, but it was Creed 2's good, man. And Michael B. Jordan is on point.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is cool. But no, that's a great movie.
Yeah, the first one was good.
It was cool, man. I really enjoyed the first one. The only beef I have with 2 is the training scene wasn't long enough.
Oh, you gotta have at least, I mean, like if 12 minutes for a fucking training montage? I mean...
Yeah,
I need something, dude.
They needed to add at least 5 more minutes to it, and I'd have been happier. But it was good. It was a good training scene. But it just needed to be a bit longer.
I mean, the first 4 Rockies, like, there was collectively a lot of training. I mean, if you combine all those into, like, a highlight reel, if you're not jacked by the end of that, nothing's gonna help you out, so...
No, dude.
I don't fucking know what to tell you. I was watching, what was it? The second Predator.
Oh, nice.
In LA, the LA one.
Yeah.
Man, that one sucked.
Every time it gets super hot in a city, I think about that movie.
Yeah, yes.
I'm like, oh shit, it's too hot.
Oh my god, Predator's here. Every clicking sound, I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe like, any like natural clicking sound, I'm like, oh shit, that's Predator.
Yeah. Oh like, no, it's gone. Yeah.
You start hearing laughter out in the woods and shit.
Oh yeah.
It's Predator.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, but even coming back to some of the thought process behind giving yourself reasons to, I mean, we talk about just training, but like procrastination with work or like anything, like think about any reason you give yourself to not do it, it's not real.
It's like not real, and you know, it's like, be analytical about it. You know it's going to make everything worse.
Yeah.
get it done.
You execute.
And then it's done.
Yeah, just get the action going, execute, be done.
Yeah.
Get it taken care of.
You'll
feel better afterwards.
You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's over. You're good.
Man, it's such a fucking nice day.
It's quiet today too. There's really not much going on. Like, this is very nice.
Embrace that, listeners. Embrace that. It's silent. It's nice. Aside from the cicadas, but it adds an ambiance.
Yeah. Well, this is the kind of day where I really enjoy my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
I've really made a strong effort to create like my own little reality back here.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is one of those days where it's succeeded. It's there.
That's what it's for.
Yeah.
That's like my parents have a pool and shit, and they're like, it's such a bitch, like 8 months out of the year or whatever, but then like the 3 months they have it open and whatnot, it's so fucking cool and this and that.
Yeah.
And even then it's a lot of work, but then like it's worth it when you're chilling in it. Like.
You're chilling, yeah. Nah, one of my daughter's friends has a pool. It's like a saltwater pool too.
Ah, cool.
They do it right, man. Those people know how to live.
That's sweet.
It's a sweet pool, man. It's all like rounded, weird shaped.
Yeah.
It's got like these spouts that go into it.
That's cool.
It's nice, man.
Yeah. That's funny, like my niece has this little toy, but it's like a toy sink and dishwashing type thing.
Oh, sweet.
But it just, you fill it up a little bit and just keeps cycling water. And
Right.
like the sink is running. It's like kind of cute. But
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's a cool ass toy. Like, there's so many cool toys and like things now. It's the technology,
Toys
obviously.
are good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the toys are sick.
And action figures have made a seriously good comeback.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In years.
They're saying baseball cards are going to come back hardcore and like.
You're shitting me,
Yeah.
like sports cards of human
Yes,
beings?
yes.
That'd be awesome.
I'm like, for real, people are like,
You know, I got some Bo Jackson rookies.
see, there you go.
I got a Shaquille O'Neal rookie.
Look
got
into
a-
fucking the next couple of years, dude. Look into that.
Yeah, and I got some good cards, man. Back in the day, 80s and 90s. That's where it was at.
That's something I never really
Collected
fucked
good
with.
stuff.
Aside from like
You're
Pokemon
too
cards.
young, dude.
Yeah, Pokemon
You're
cards
kind
were
of
the thing.
Generation 1 Pokemon.
Yeah. Dude, Gen 1 Pokemon were sick.
Yeah.
Had that holographic Charizard. I had 2 of those bitches at one point.
Oh, right
That's
on.
a big deal, dude.
Yeah, heck yeah.
There's an ad in a magazine that I think that said you could trade it in for a fucking Pikachu Volkswagen Beetle, bro.
Oh,
And I was like, I am 12 years old, but I'm gonna do this.
totally do that.
Yeah. But that was back in the day of like magazine ads and shit. That wasn't like an online Amazon banner ad or anything that
No,
reads your
like-
mind and then sells you something.
Yeah.
It was just, holy shit, this is awesome, I need it.
That must happen.
I'm super good at like throwing stuff away. I love throwing stuff
You
away.
teach me how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I love throwing stuff away.
Yeah.
Like Brooke was moving in and stuff, and she's like, "Oh shit! Like, what are we gonna do with my bed?" I was like, "Trash it. You have one. It's old. We're done. We have no more. It has no more value to us.
You don't want to keep a guest bed?
No, we don't have the
Leave it
fucking
going.
space.
Lean
Have
against
fucking
the wall?
yeah, exactly. Like an extra rolling mat, or crash pad. Yeah,
Yeah, seriously. I got a crash pad, got a blow up mattress. We're good.
yeah. But it comes from. I spent a couple summers cleaning out my grandparents' like attics and basements and shit.
Oh, nice.
And that just gave me PTSD to be like, I need to get rid of all this bullshit. Like, I never need to keep this type of shit.
Hopefully you found some cool shit.
Oh,
for
I
it,
found
though.
the coolest shit.
Heck yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I found some like dope shit.
Yeah.
Like my grandfather had some like World War II relics and shit, and gave me some of them. He gave my cousin some. Like, so he gave my cousin like an original 1911 handgun, like the Colt 45, and like an original one.
Holy fuck.
Like damn near brand new, and a German Luger. Like those are like a nice one.
You didn't get those?
No, I got
Oh,
a couple other different sweet guns actually.
Okay,
Like
that's cool.
I got a Civil War era rolling rock breech rifle.
Dude.
It's nuts, but it's sweet. And like a couple other like this. Like, I think it was like a model 1870 kind of farm style shotgun, like with the
sweet.
external hammers and shit, like just very old school stuff. Couple of weird rifles, like a 35 caliber pump rifle, like
nice. Cowboy
very
style.
yeah, it's very strange, like.
That's cool.
But it's just dope relics. But then, yeah, like then I also spent like hours and hours dumping old beer down the drains. Because
Yeah,
like they
why is
kept
this
cases
up
of
there?
beer from parties and shit. It just accumulated. I'm like, what the fuck?
What did you people do?
Yeah, like tax records from like the 70s and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like
you're
just.
why do you still have this? Yeah.
Just like, I just never got to it. And just, yeah, so now I'm just like, I can't have this happen ever. So I'm
now when I moved to this house, I spent a lot of time doing that because I moved most of my house by myself because I'm home. So if my daughter was in school, the kids are in school, my wife's at work, I'm just working.
Yeah.
And like I moved the entire basement alone.
Yeah. That's a lot of stuff
and that
you don't know.
The amount of stuff I threw away was insane. And like some shit I found, I'm like,
yeah.
Whose is this?
Right. Like, what the
fuck?
fuck?
I know my wife lived here before we met. What did
Who?
As far as I know, she was the first owner of this house. Who is this?
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah, it was
That's
funny.
hilarious. You're like, can I throw this away? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, it was nuts, man.
That's
and
funny.
so, like, yeah, my third car garage, I'm slowly cleaning out right now. And but like, I know everything in it. 'Cause I put everything in it. It's not that bad, but it's just bad enough.
You're fully aware that there's no foreign objects in there. There's you got clean inventory on it.
Everything I put in there is I put in there.
Yeah.
That's what's there. But like I have to like go through all of it. I'm like I found a big bag of cords. I'm like, is this trash?
Yeah. Like what the fuck?
Or is this just a bag of oh man, what is this?
And that's the thing, it like kind of just doesn't leave you with like a clear solution. It's like, what do I do with this? Like,
yeah, that's like, kind of like I'm running into that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, I got to talk to someone about this.
Right? Like,
well,
who do I talk to about this?
That is gonna be a.
That's funny. The joys of being a homeowner, I'm sure.
Hey man, there's a lot more joy than there is pain.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, but we got to go through toys.
Yeah.
That's talk about excuses and reasons.
Yeah. Why are you keeping this? Why are you getting rid of that?
What?
So like with clothes and shit, like I give myself reasons and excuses to keep or get rid of it. I'm like, well, not get rid of it. Like I've worn the same fucking clothes for the past like 7 years. Like I pulled this fucking sweatshirt out, like that blue Manny Pacquiao sweatshirt.
Oh yeah.
Had that motherfucker since high school, since like freshman year of high school. Like that thing is old and doesn't have a scratch on it. I've puked on it and like done everything in that thing, and
when
it's
Pac-Man
fucking.
was young, I got
Yes.
He was young.
And like I was fucking doing everything in that thing, and it still holds up well.
That's fun.
Still fucking chugging, dude. But like I would never get rid of that. But I have like this hockey jersey from when I was a kid, like that I got in Canada when we went.
Oh, cool.
So I was like, oh, I can't get rid of that. You know, it's sentimental. It has some sentimental value to it.
Yeah.
But then I had like this shirt that I got from like my grandma 900 years ago, and it was like folded up in the back of I'm getting rid of that shit. I've never worn it. Or if it's like a t-shirt that I haven't worn in like 6 months, it doesn't fit, has a rip, that I'm like, oh, I'll sew it. Like, nah, just fucking throw it away. Move on.
I gotta do that again. I went through my clothes, I don't know, a couple years ago now. I need to go through them again. Because like I'm so sentimental, I remember fucking everything.
Yeah.
And so like I'll have a 5-minute story behind this shirt that I haven't worn in 4 years. But because I have this story behind it, and I'm like, fuck. So like I need like the stories fade, like and then they'll come back, but like depending on how attached to it I am when the story comes back, then I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah, that's a good point too. It's just like, oh, I cared about this last time. Do I still care about it? Nope.
Nope, I do not.
Honestly, no. And that's progress. I think that's a good sign of making progress.
Yeah, I mean it's progress you got to accept as a person who sometimes likes to be stuck in the past. For various reasons, I have to let myself be unstuck and not feel like shit about it.
Yeah.
And so I have to like whittle the memories down to a handful of things.
Yeah.
Like I have a coat that I very rarely wear, but it was my godfather's coat that I used to wear around the house. And he'd given me one I had in high school, but then a friend of mine didn't have a winter coat, so I gave it to her. And I never got it back. Like, all right.
Yeah.
But I wasn't thinking about the time that he would die.
Right, yeah.
And then he died, and I was like, all I could think about was that stupid coat.
Yeah.
Well, no, here's the cool thing, though, is I called my godmother up, like, after, and she'd gone through all his clothes. Like, she doesn't hang on to stuff either, but she knows the process. She's had a lot of people in her life pass away. She knows you can't leave their shit laying around because it just you get mentally fucked.
Right, right.
And she might say those exact words. I don't think she would use the F word, but she would say, you can't leave your shit laying around. It'll mess your head up.
Yeah.
But so she got, gave all his clothes away and stuff to like charities, and people that do good stuff with it. And I remember going home And I'm like, do you have anything of his? Just like any one thing? She's like, yes. She goes in the closet and grabs that damn coat.
There you go.
Exact thing I was thinking of was he had two of them. He gave me one, and he had the other one.
She gave you that.
And miraculously, she didn't get rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
there's a funny thing about coats. There's a strange sentimentality with coats and over
the way
things.
They feel, the way they smell. It's weird. Yeah.
Because my mom kept my grandfather and grandmother's coats. One, my grandmother had a mink fur coat, which was badass.
My great grandmother has one too. My mom has hers.
Dude, that thing
feels
it has
good.
a
hat and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I used to put it on when I was a little kid and pretend I was one of the fat boys.
Dude, that thing feels.
A rapper.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not fucking big pimping in that, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's badass.
Oh, God, I put a bandana on and no shirt and that, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm a fucking huge, weird sunglasses.
Yeah, definitely.
On a yacht.
That's what it is. That's how you do.
But she kept, it was like, it's just an old wool coat, you know, like, that my grandpa used to wear, but not the fur coat, that was my grandma's, but the wool coat and like a wool hat that had like this button on it, like a very heavy copper button.
Yeah, another coat that I have actually is my grandfather. He's in an old folk home now, but this is a dude that's done everything, had everything, been freaking everywhere. Don't tell you shit about it. Like, he's old. He's old. He's gonna pass away sooner than later. And there's so much cool shit about his life we're never gonna know, and I hate it because he's not a storyteller. It sucks.
Right. But that's why I'm so grateful my grandpa wrote that book.
Oh my God, that's cool.
I was talking about.
I am working on that because like you told me that, I'm like, I'm gonna write everything.
Write shit down.
Write everything down.
Write it all down.
Because that's just cool as fuck. But no, I have a lot of his old clothes. But in the last round of stuff he was giving away, my mom had brought it up here to like so I could take a look at it before she gave a bunch of stuff away. And he had these wild ass shirts from the 70s. Wild ass dress shirts that I need to get taken in.
With like the big collars and shit?
No, I'll have to show you. They're just fucking crazy, like acid dropping acid kind of colors. They're fun. Yeah. I took a bunch of those shirts, and he had this coat, like this wool trench coat that just fits me perfectly. From the waist up, me and my grandpa are exactly the same. Like size-wise. I don't know where I get my legs and my feet from. No one in my family has legs this long or feet this big. It's crazy. But like from the waist up, like we're exactly the same size. And this thing fits me absolutely perfect. This is an Italian wool coat that probably costs more than my life. But I put that on and I was like, oh, my mom goes, oh, you keeping that. Like, that fits you perfect. It's nice, man. Like, I'm looking forward to it getting cold just so I can wear it and look nice.
Pop that on.
Yeah, but it was, it's funny, talking about coats. It's like
you think it's like a hero outfit or like a hero moment?
Yes, it's very much a hero thing.
Yeah.
My grandfather was probably a spy.
Right.
He was in the Air Force and the Navy. I can't remember which first. And he deferred his full ride scholarship to Yale to be in such. I have the letter.
Interesting.
And the dude designed the first jet cockpit.
That's nuts.
Which he never told anybody about. My mom just found it. She's like, what is this? He's like, oh, we were working on that jet cockpit stuff. Yeah, that's the first one.
Like, Jesus Christ.
He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And drum storage, which is what became the floppy disk. He invented that shit.
Jesus Christ.
I asked him about it. He's like, I just fulfilled a need. There was a need. I just saw it. I filled it. I don't understand why it's a big deal. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. That's...
But he's that kind of guy.
Thing,
yeah.
I feel like now, like there's only like technological examples of that. Like, oh, there's a need for the software. There's a missing thing in the software. I patched it up. Blah blah. It's like there's nothing like something we could hold. There's nothing tangible for us anymore.
Yeah.
We're like, oh shit, really? Like.
Yeah. This tangible stuff is.
Or even notice. Like a lot of it's unnoticeable. Even like. But,
and I don't know how. I mean, it's just fulfill a need.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's really all it is.
Yeah.
So it comes down to that simple of reason.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to fulfill that need. Guess I'll do it.
Speaking of needs and stuff like that, like I've just been reading that Lost Connections book.
Is that what do you like?
It's a really good book.
Now
I'm only 3 chapters in, but it's.
Oh, so you're still on the causes.
Yes. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Now, does it personally offend you at all?
offend, no.
Good, okay.
No.
I was worried I was going to hurt your feelings.
I don't give a shit.
All right, good.
I lived without feelings for long enough to be like, oh, okay, I can rein this back in.
Yeah. Well,
to not give a shit.
I figured you were at a point where you could look at that and be like, oh
yeah.
thanks.
No, even if I was fucked up, I'd be like, oh, shit, cool.
Yeah,
fine.
because it does give you a lot of interesting reasons, none of which are caused by inherent brain chemistry.
Yeah.
That are like very helpful. I'm into the second part of the book now, where it starts talking about solutions.
Yeah.
Which is I just started it, so. But it's a very cool book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very.
It's. I don't want to say raw, but
it's very honest.
Yeah, it's just honest and forward with things.
Very forward.
And it has like just a specific language about.
That dude's British.
Yeah, so, and it has that British softness and float to it. You're like, oh yes,
it has a very
British sing-songy.
Yeah. It's a very dryness to it. It has like a dry British wit a little bit. Yeah.
But I think that helps the narrative because
it makes it easier to take in.
Yeah, it's definitely more palatable.
Yeah.
And especially like with what you're talking about and like how he strings and bridges things.
He handles it really well.
Yeah.
It doesn't demean anybody.
It's never just like, holy shit, you know what I mean? It's always like well-rounded.
It is very well-rounded. He doesn't demean anybody. He doesn't say anything, people's reactions or solutions were pointless or useless.
Mm-hmm.
They were just, for what you knew at the time, we thought this was the best solution. Ends up we were dead fucking wrong.
Exactly. Yeah. And like I was listening to someone on Joe Rogan's podcast. He studies just the fear response in humans. Like he just that alone. But then that kind of led him into anxiety and like what really is anxiety and blah blah blah. Then that led into like why current drugs don't work, which is exactly what the book was saying at the time. Yeah. And I'm like, yes, you're fucking right, because I've been on and off that.
I was wondering your opinion on that too, because you've actually been on it.
Yeah, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is exactly and the way this dude on the podcast described it, he was like, think of you're listening to a song in a restaurant, the music's too loud. You take these drugs, it's the same song, but it's not as annoying, it's not as loud, it's still there. It's just quieter. But at the same time, it can't just fix one thing. It's going to the entire body. It's going to have an entire effect.
Yeah.
There's no way that these drugs can be so sophisticated to get pinpointed and do just that.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agreed with that, and just from firsthand experience with that type of drug classification and shit. I'm just from experience with it. And he put words to what I felt and experienced. Both of them did. So.
Oh, very nice.
And it just kind of corroborated that a little bit.
Oh, nice. Good. Okay, cool.
It's funny. I always love it when you give me something like that, because then my brain starts picking out other things, or that was just a fucking coincidence on Joe Rogan release that the next day after I read that section. It's just I don't know how much I believe in universal energy poles and stuff like that, but I think when you start putting stuff out like
everything
that,
coincides, man.
Even if it's just your brain recognizing a pattern or something, but fuck it.
A lot of that is what it is you're looking for the pattern.
Yeah.
And so subconsciously you're looking for the pattern, so you're going to find the pattern you're looking for.
Yeah.
But also, take this stupid way of how we ended up meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And we find out we're basically related.
Yeah. That's goofy ass.
How the hell did we not know each other 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, then that takes you take into account, why didn't we meet earlier or sooner, or
but
later?
Then we run into each other now, which seemed to be really good timing on both our parts.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh, wait. Yeah, our families are connected.
Yeah.
Well, dang.
It's very funny how
what you float around.
You see people and just how people are related.
Well.
And I think that type of connection is what people don't see enough of.
Agreed. I don't think the internet gives you that.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because it'll be oh, you have mutual friends, but then it just shows 3 little pictures. You never look at the mutual friends. How do I know this person?
Yeah, it's not you actually meet each other and then realize you have mutual friends and you get to all hang out together.
Mm-hmm.
There's a, but physical contact.
But on top of that, our meeting and stuff was very coincidental in that, let alone getting to know each other.
Yeah, and just getting to know each other too, because I'm not a person that gets to know people intentionally.
Yeah.
Or I get to know people intentionally, not unintentionally. I'm a very closed off person in that respect.
Yeah, me too.
I don't just bring everyone in. It's the fact that we just ended up chatting.
Yeah. But my position makes me
that's
have to do that.
Yeah,
enough, which is I think is a good balance.
But I completely understand that because I used to have to do that too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so
which you respected, so that was the first. There's a lot of like behavioral cues that started our friendship.
Yeah, like we were behavioral cues of like, you just kind of picked up on the fact that I was picking up on shit, and you're like, why do you understand that? I'm like, well, crap. I was trying not to tell anybody this, but it's kind of what I used to do for a living. You know?
Yeah, and then that's a funny thing with teaching. Like, you don't. It's not necessarily like an immediate friendship, but it is an immediate closeness.
There's an immediate level of connection that you have to have, and as a teacher, you got to understand people real quick, and you got to like understand them in ways that they might not understand about themselves.
Yeah, or just your point of view, and like as like a position like that, you can't be judgmental, this, that, whatever. Like
you kind of have to let everything. You
just have to take in information.
As it is, just take it all in and just use it appropriately.
Yeah, I had a really just interesting conversation with a student I hadn't seen for a long time yesterday, and like incredibly eye-opening moment with him. We could probably talk about off air. I don't want to talk about it now, but
that's fine.
But just a very like splendid moment that like really kind of like reminded me of like just being there for someone can make a difference. And even just not in my capacity of like being there and like as a jiu-jitsu teacher, like I was just there as someone he felt comfortable to talk to, which I was like, that's what I want.
It's
like,
cool to have, isn't it? I've had multiple experiences like that over the years. In fact, just recently I had one, and it was kind of funny. It was over Facebook, but one of my old students had sent me a private message about something that had happened to someone we know that was really bugging him. And he's like, I need to chat about this for a second. And I read that and I sort of thought it through, and I gave him sort of I toned it up a little bit because he knows me more as Mr. Daniels, and more like a big brother / father figure. I was really close to this kid. I used to take him to and from class and everything back in the day. And so I kind of had to deliver it that way, even though he's in his 30s, and he was like, thank you. I needed that. I'll be better in a couple of days, but I really appreciate you being there. And yeah, it's a neat thing, man. And you realize like, you've been doing it long enough now, it's going to start happening.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa.
I had like the kids' promotions and things the other day, and like I texted parents and let them know, and they're like, oh yeah, thanks for all you do. And I'm like, I was like, thanks for all you do. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Yeah, I'm like, what do I do?
Show up in my pajamas.
I'm like, we just hang out and throw each other around. And then like that. Again, kind of like rung home that like hopefully I'm making a positive impact, or it's just something good that they're doing,
Yeah, I know. You go to the other end, like the beginning and the end. Closer to the end, I had all my tiny tigers, my 3 to 5 year olds. There were 3 of them that still hang out today. I started teaching these kids when they were like 3 years old. 2 of them are going to college, and one's a senior in high school. And one of their dads saw me at the farmer's market, and he's like, "I got a picture for you. Hold on."
That's nuts.
And it's those 3 at 17, 18 years old.
Blew you away.
I'm like, what? He goes, you were a big part of them getting this far in life. Thank you. I'm thinking, I don't think I've seen these guys since they were 9.
Yeah.
And like, they still talk about me, and like, he gave me a hug, and he's like, you got him on this path. I'm like I gotta have that. Yeah, I just show up in my pajamas. What are you talking about?
Yeah. That's the funny thing when you start to like do what you love and this, that, you just think like you're doing whatever, and like it almost seems selfish to me sometimes that I'm like, I get to do what I do.
Like I'm like, holy shit, to this every day.
Yeah. I'm like, people like bitch about their jobs. I'm like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I love mine. Like, I love every aspect of mine.
I look forward to every moment.
Yeah. So like doing that's like an interesting like dilemma in itself.
Well, it's funny that it's a dilemma where it shouldn't be.
Right. That's,
where you feel bad about feeling good about what you do because everyone else feels bad about what they do.
Yeah.
And like, you feel like if you're like, say something nice about it, you're gloating.
Yes, exactly. I've never once been like, I never said like I had a great day at work. I always like, I was teaching or doing this. Like,
you don't say work.
Oh, fuck no, it's not like, work.
And I have to describe it as a job. Like when I used to teach, even though I never viewed it as such.
Right.
And I didn't really get paid, so like, I call it a job. But but it was never work. It wasn't like I couldn't go as far as say it was a calling.
Sure.
It was just, I really liked it.
It was a functional passion. Like
it was a functional passion, yeah. I mean, and I was picked very early on as a kid to be a good teacher. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know I was a good teacher. I just, as a little kid, maybe I was, because as soon as I learned how to tie my shoes, I helped everyone else learn how to tie their freaking shoes. I didn't realize that was a thing. That people don't do that.
Yeah.
But
bringing others along is leadership sometimes.
Yeah. Yes, I want everyone else to be able to tie their shoes because it's cool. Yeah. But yeah, and you don't think of it as you're doing anything special because you just enjoy it. Yeah. And there's no ego attached to it of I'm amazing. Look at me. You're just like, no, I'm just showing up and bringing everyone along. It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, just having fun with it. It's allowed. That should be. You should enjoy those
Enjoy
things.
what you're doing, yeah.
I refuse to spend every X amount of years of my life hating something like that I spend that much time on. Come on. I'm not doing that shit.
Shouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
Or at least if you dislike it in any way, make the effort to be great at it.
Yeah.
Be great in every moment is sort of the best form of excellence.
I feel like that if you're struggling and whatnot, if you try to uncover your potential and see where you go, that's going to be the limitless, you create your endless ceiling or whatever. All
right, so take into account, we got invited to Columbus Underground page to be a part of that group.
Sweet.
As far as I know, they're the ones who run the Coffee Fest.
They do?
They had a bunch of Coffee Fest stuff on it.
They might.
I don't know the connection, but they had all the Coffee Fest stuff, which we're buying tickets to that today.
Right, yeah.
But they sort of asked us because of a comment. I don't know if you'd be comfortable with us talking about him.
Batman. He loves Batman.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, he said
Call
that
him Batman.
He had mentioned us on one of their posts of check them out. And then they invited us into it.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to post some Coffee Regular stuff on the Columbus Underground page. See where we go from there. But we're going to show up, man. And I don't know parameters of what we can do as guests. We're not vendors, but we're definitely going to go around and get cards and make friends and do
just spread the knowledge. That's the big thing. Awareness of what we're doing.
But it's just a funny thing of how stuff snowballs. Of we're just sitting here chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And we're
talking about going to festivals and talking to people.
And shit. And it's just sort of slowly growing. But
it's not to the point where we're pushing for we need to fucking monetize this and blah blah blah. We're having fun with it. We're learning.
We're in a position where we don't have to be pressured to do that.
Yeah.
But then even if you're in a position where you need to be pressured to do that, can you still have fun with it and not give a shit?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate sort of flow.
Right. Yeah.
Is slightly not care, but still be at your absolute peak.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think it's neat where it can go if you're just enjoying it.
That's the thing. With this, I don't have XYZ goals. I'm just let's see what we're doing with it. Let's see what fucking happens. I'm gonna meet people, talk to people, fucking hang out, record stuff, drink coffee.
Yeah, I want to see what happens. It's fun, man.
Yeah.
So we take the expectations out of it. It just kind of can go and develop as however it does.
What better way to I always say to surround yourself with people who know different things or more things than you. What better way to do that and then document and create value out of something than to do it on a podcast and have different people talk about different shit that we're not experts in, or we talk about just random shit
lives that we don't have, man.
Exactly. There's so much potential, and the thing is, it's fucking us. We can do what we want.
But there's
not weird censorship limitations as far as it's not a sitcom or some shit.
Yeah. I guess we could drink beer on here if we wanted to.
We could. Yeah. Do an evening episode, a Coffee Regular PM. Have some.
We have to do an Irish coffee episode.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Actually, I can make some seriously good Irish coffee. I'll have to make you some.
Let's do that.
I can flambe
We'll get some McGregor's Irish whiskey and.
Connor, send that shit to us for free.
Yeah. Hey, bruh.
Come on, bruh.
I know you need the money. You got a lot of legal fees to pay.
Please.
I know
You got that many legal fees. You got plenty of money.
Exactly. He's probably fuck it.
I think that's done. I think he's done.
You think so?
I think he's going to get his shit together.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And fight?
I think he has to fight, otherwise he won't get his shit together.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Khabib. No?
Better not be.
Diaz? Quad? You don't think it's... I think it's Khabib.
I hope...
Or he might have to work his way through Ferguson and Max.
No, Ferguson gets the next title shot, goddammit.
Yeah.
He's supposed to have it 10 times over.
Yeah.
But he needs to get back in the mix. I would like to see him fight Nate. I want to see Nate fight Jorge Masvidal just because.
Yes, I'm so hyped for
that's
that.
great.
Even if you're not a fight fan, like,
you got to see that. So that fight, and then Conor can fight Nate.
Yeah.
But
I want to see more action out of him. Yeah.
When you're talking about reasons and excuses, if you go into just reasons, some people just need to train and fight.
Right.
Because if you look at a guy like Conor McGregor, when he was training and fighting, how much trouble did he get in? Really not much. Mm-hmm. No more than your normal fighter.
Yeah.
Like, not really any at all. As soon as he's not competing,
then
it's
mayhem.
Millions in legal fees, man. It's mayhem.
Yeah.
So there's a guy that needs structure.
Yeah.
He needs the structure. He needs the place to be at the time. He needs to wear himself out. He needs a goal. He needs a very tangible goal to push toward.
Yeah.
He said, like, to me, I mean, I could be completely wrong on this, but it seems like a guy that, you know, it's the classic phrase that keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the absolute truth.
He needs that shit to keep him out of trouble.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Yeah. That, and he's wasting his God-given talents sitting around fucking...
waste your life.
He's doing crazy shit. And that's the thing, though. However, he has had his hiatus, but, like, I like seeing the best, quote-unquote best, right, have a hiatus, whether it's, like, jail or fucking whatever, then having to come back.
Look at Faber. He took all those years off, then came back and knocks out Ricky Simone in, like, 20-some seconds.
Yeah.
He hasn't done that since 2006.
Like, maybe he just needed a break.
I think he just needed a break. Just, you know, have a break, do all the other things you've been trying to do.
Maybe that's the thing with McGregor. He's just, like, an extreme case of blowing the steam off. Like,
yeah.
He's like, I've never had money. Gotta fucking punch an old man and throw shit at buses. Like,
yeah, seriously. Well, I mean, and look at, on a different level, look at someone like Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Like, the 5-year run she had, basically, in MMA is unprecedented for anyone ever.
Yeah.
Any person, athlete, anything. How much she did in just like a 3.5-year period of that when she was champion is unbe-fucking-believable.
Yeah.
Like, she's burnt, though. You know, and so maybe the movie career comes back, maybe. But who cares?
Right.
You sink that much effort into that little amount of time, about 3 lifetimes into 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, you need a break.
Yeah. You
know?
Can't, that's not sustainable.
And so maybe in a couple years she might even come back to fighting.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's rested.
Yeah, exactly. Like, a human cannot function that way.
You can't function. So McGregor is very similar to that. He went from fucking nobody to everybody. Like, that, really. I mean, he put a lot of work to get up to that. Yeah. But he started in the UFC as a very normal guy who just, you know, cool, you can, like, say some cool shit after you win. All right.
Yeah.
You know.
So, like, semi, macro scale for him, I think, is, like, he had fucking shit. He started with nothing. He was on fucking welfare.
And then now he has everything.
And now he has everything. So I think right now, hopefully he's, blowing off old steam, yes, obviously.
Learning how to, balance that out.
Balancing that out, but also, like, taking care of shit so that he doesn't need to fight.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Granted, he needs the structure of it.
But he needs the structure, but, you know, and I think when I was transitioning from not competing anymore, of learning to train for love again, I need structure.
Yeah.
Without structure, I just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah. I want Conor McGregor fighting because he wants to knock the fuck out of somebody and just be so crispy and razor sharp and just destroy somebody.
Yeah, exactly, because you need that. You have to want that too. But if he also doesn't ever want to fight again, he needs to do like George does and go to class every day.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, train. Like, be
George
a fucking good grappler.
George trains every day.
Yeah.
And he's obsessed with gymnastics.
Yep.
But he does that because he knows that he needs it.
He likes to party too. St. Pierre likes to party too.
You don't see it, but you know he does.
There's like those little funny like embedded things and like little things like the little documentaries back in the day. Like they do like a behind the scenes. Like, oh boy likes to get down.
Oh, George was a partier, man. Yeah. But like I feel like he keeps his training up because he knows what'll happen if he doesn't.
Yeah.
He put everything in place.
Be a playboy.
Yeah. And so like Conor needs to either learn to do that or come back. You know. And It's a hard transition, man.
Yeah.
To get back to just doing it because you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that type of stuff too, yeah.
Yeah, after you get that high.
After living kind of a lavish life, you know, after being like the dog fight
screaming
life.
for you, yeah, and, you know, having the belts and all that.
I have to pee so bad. We're gonna do like a weird pause break.
And he's back.
Back in from pee break.
All right. But I don't know any other thoughts on the matter. This was very interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
I think people just need to like. I was like trying to link it back to like what would make people do jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
So like, why doesn't everyone do jiu-jitsu? That's in my brain. I'm like, why the fuck doesn't everyone do this? Like, this is fucking amazing. Like,
it's open.
So like in my brain, like, how can I try to portray jiu-jitsu the best, or just martial arts really the best, just to get people interested?
Everybody train.
Yeah. Even if you don't have to be fucking competitive, that like train for you. Like just to like, I think it's literally the best collective thing you can do to spend your time on efficiently, like, and learn a skill, have it be a cognitive.
It is a good
enhancer, like.
Yeah, it's efficient. It's an efficient.
It's a great vehicle to do that, like.
And to learn yourself, and to learn a skill, and to, you know.
And in today's day and age, like.
Look forward to.
Yeah, like.
It's constructive.
Today's day and age, like, things don't challenge you like they used to.
Yeah, and I think
nothing's hard.
Saying that in words, I don't think gets it across. You got to feel that.
Yeah, when you cannot move with a motherfucker on top of you.
And people need to experience that, because like you need to be able to deal with it.
Right. Well, you have to know
out
that.
And like, I quit. It's
yeah.
You know. No, it's just.
Or just, I don't know. I assume if like our ancestors had to run away from saber-toothed cats all the time and all this shit, right? They have real responses and real threats in our environment. We don't have that, but like, I think that's part of the brain, you know, that still needs to be massaged in a good way. Because like today's world, it stimulates it in a weird way, and it's like you don't know how to react.
Yeah.
It's a more primitive like thing that you're used to.
I mean, what do you want to adapt to?
Right.
You
want to adapt to being, you know, on the computer 18 hours a day and fucking, like, you might be super smart, this, that, whatever, or you might be good at one repetitive skill or some shit, but.
And either way, you're gonna dive into anxiety and depression.
Yeah, exactly.
Just by doing that.
Right.
You've got that point in the book yet? But,
yeah. But no, I mean, believe, like, my entire life, like, yes, I understand that.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, to avoid that, to stimulate that, you gotta massage that chunk of your brain.
Yeah. And like, what better way to do that than literally fight another motherfucker? Like,
and to really understand what the hell that means.
Yeah.
Everyone, I fight for this. Do you?
Yeah, it's like, what?
Have you ever been in a fight?
It's like you posted a picture on Instagram and said like, save the rainforest. Like, are you fighting for that? Like, no. Like, you're not there fucking doing shit.
Get in a real fucking fight
go
with somebody.
do something and struggle.
And jiu-jitsu is a cool way to do that, because you can do that without really getting hurt too bad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like that struggle, and like that, understand what it means in someone, you know, to dominate somebody with your will.
But just like to know that death is imminent, and like really death is there, like, and like possible.
Nothing like a nasty collar choke or something to just
to really wake you the fuck up and be like, yo,
like, I am in fact dying right now. You know?
Or just like think you're hot shit and then get schooled up and tooled up by like a 110-pound girl,
which is awesome. Yeah. But I say that because I train.
And
I understand, like.
There's nothing that can bring your ego in check in the world like that today.
No, that's his best reset button, man. And to like have that happen and then be happy about it.
Yeah.
Like, I needed that.
Yes. And then go and do it again and again and again and again.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, if you train, you get that reaction.
Yeah.
And it balances your life out, which is cool. So that's definitely a reason to train.
Yeah, even if it's just not jiu-jitsu, like. Something. Find something that engages your mind and body and everything kind of that same way. I don't know what else to another example, because other shit hasn't pleased me like martial arts. So
yeah, martial arts is my favorite example, but it's something because you can fail at it.
Yeah.
And you have to struggle to get it. You're not going to get it instantly.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important.
Yeah.
It has to be.
But just it
has to be hard.
And just there's history with fighting. There's great documentation and examples of wonderful warriors and fighters and this. Like, everyone has, aspires to be that a little bit. Every kid reads comic books and is like, oh shit, I could do that. Like, go try, motherfucker. Go do some jiu-jitsu, dude.
Get a
like,
version of that.
Like, that's the closest version you're probably gonna fucking get. So go try that at least. Like,
I don't know. But, and then, I don't know, excuses to not do it. If you are in fact training and you're extremely injured.
Yeah. Well, dude,
train around your injury.
Exactly.
Or, really take some time off. Don't push the injury.
Don't be absurd.
If you're exhausted and sick, or if like you take a few days off and you get sick, that means you need to rest. Those are good excuses to not train.
Yep. And yeah, the only reason like I talk about shit like this and like just because like I've done every bad thing you can do in terms of all the bad stuff. All of it. I have done every mistake you can make. Like
made a bunch of them. And so, know what happens.
Yeah. But, I don't know, I just, like, again, just because it's, like, this is kind of like what I'm doing now, like, so now I want to bring people into it, obviously, so, like, but on top of that, like, I just love building that skill in people and building people up, and, like, when I started teaching, where I was, like, there were, at Endeavor, like, there wasn't a super duper active jiu-jitsu program, but I spent time with a few people, and like some people like were really interested in privates and stuff like that, and like that really started this spark.
And you really built it up, man.
And we'd be fucking, and there was just consistency over time. Like I wanted to be there. I wanted to have a program that I could come into and train and be functional and this that. Like I wanted to build my own training partners too. And that's something that like that's something that people really don't want to take the time to do. They're like, I just want to jump into an environment.
Just wants to have training partners.
I'm like, sorry, it doesn't fucking work that way. Sorry, it's just.
Sometimes I wish it did.
Oh, that'd be great.
I mean,
not to say that it's not available. Like, you can go train other places, and that is part of it too. But like.
But I mean, I don't know. Take it down to like every time I get a new neighbor, I hope it's someone who trains.
Yeah.
Because then I can have a training partner.
Right, exactly.
But
just because it's
just built your community.
Exactly. Like because I lost my community. I lost my community, so I went and had to go and rebuild a different one.
Yeah.
As shitty as that was, like, it teaches you that you go on and build another community. You're right.
You can go on and, like, the community you had wouldn't come out of nowhere.
Right.
It was built.
It was built, absolutely. And, like, it was just built on, at the time, it was built on simply just, like, me being there and showing what I knew. And just hoping that the last 10 years of my life weren't bullshit. Like, seriously. It's like hoping it was okay and, like, valuable enough.
Yeah. But, and then you sort of rebuild a community because you missed the old one.
Yeah.
Or the good parts about the old one.
But the nice thing is, too, like, there's a bridge to that old community. There's good parts. I don't want to say a bridge, but like
it's a way to...
Other people did their own things with their own communities and built that up, and that's a nice thing, too.
There's a way to reframe it.
Yeah.
To take the experiences and do something good with them.
And I think that's a wonderful thing that came out of it.
Yeah.
But that's just a huge...
That's a choice.
Pride factor for me. It's just like...
Yeah.
I tried to help a lot of people and taught people a lot of stuff. I spent time with people and like they spent money with me and like it was a very like mutual valuable exchange and like I think it was very valuable and it turned out to be worth it.
But because it wasn't a job to you were just trying to build your community.
Well, I was trying to help people.
You're just trying to help.
I literally was like, these people want to learn jiu-jitsu and like at the time like these were like self-defense people that didn't have ground stuff as well. So like these people need this. It was a need and I filled it. Like,
yeah, there you go. And it worked, man. Yeah.
Justin was there at the time too, but like he wasn't as frequent with classes and stuff, so like I was able to round out the schedule a little bit and like do different stuff. So like I'm just so glad that I was able to get over there.
Well, I'm glad that it's working for you.
Yeah.
It's nice to see.
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good life.
It is.
And now, it's just, but like being there and like understanding that type of atmosphere and like those types of people, it like pushed me into doing this stuff. Like it pushed me into doing GWAC and like, or other fun stuff. Like it just opened me to other avenues of expression and being a person.
Well, me too. I mean, it got me back into training.
Yeah. I think, even though you don't train there, I hope it holds a place in your heart to be like, this is the joint, that like...
Always will.
That's the place.
It's my spot. It's where it sort of restarted.
Yeah.
And that's that's another episode. But
yeah, dude, yeah.
That's a good one. That's very much where I'm at. But, and always, man, it's just, I want to train with my kids, so...
Yeah. And that at the time, that's the thing. Like at that point in time, that need wasn't being filled. So like that's how it was. And like, and I don't fucking like hold bad blood towards you over it. I'm like, fucking whatever. You need to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Because like at the same time, like in the past, I've seen people hold grudges and shit. Like I'm not doing that. Like there's no value for me there.
That's not. Don't live like that, man. You can't hold on to it. It's no good.
So, and like now we do this, we exchange ideas. It's better.
Yeah, it's freaking
like,
great.
It's growth. It's better.
Because we'd be wasting a lot of time in class chatting.
Yeah, just fucking around. Like, we're like maybe we should start a podcast, but like now we just did it. So
yeah, we just did it. Now we chatting. Yeah. But all right, man. On that note.
Yeah, it's been a good one today.
Yeah.
The coffee was kicking. The weather was kicking.
Yeah, but isn't this the most supercharged coffee you've ever had?
It is, dude. I'm fucking chattering, bro.
But it's not like jittery charged. It's
no,
like,
I'm centered in the brain. It's like third eye center, bro.
Yeah, it's like third eye center.
I'm Cyclops right now. I could fucking fry this fence, like.
Yeah, like you can lift up some cars and like read some Tolstoy.
Fuck
at the
yeah,
same
dude.
time,
Just
right
memorize that shit.
Booyah.
Read it in like Italian, dude. Just fucking.
Yep.
Just turn your brain on full go.
This is where it's at. So highly recommend this blend if you can get that Colombian.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, the west side's a little easier to get hold of.
Yeah. Alright, y'all. We're gonna have some Coffee Fest updates here coming in soon, doing that gig.
Yeah, we're actually hitting that right now.
Yeah, we're gonna do that up. So we'll see how that goes. Keep an eye out.
Alright.
Have fun. Have a great weekend.
Alright.
And as always, keep your coffee regular.
Peace in, folks.